You know, a lot of athletes, only thing, I mean, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk, but still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team, and I'm still making hundreds of millions. I truly, I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the US or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. So to do that, I had to take a hold of my own career and become my own boss. And when I was able to do that, because I talked about this on numerous different platforms, you know, how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. reacted fiercely after reports surfaced claiming the IRS had seized $350 million in assets tied to massive debt, strongly rejecting any suggestion that he was broke. He made it clear that he refuses to buy into the narrative surrounding his alleged financial collapse and pushed back hard against the growing criticism aimed at him. Instead, Floyd insisted that his wealth continues to grow at an enormous rate every single day, even claiming he still earns millions daily. Dismissing the controversy and non-stop speculation, he maintained that his financial empire remains fully intact, extremely powerful, and operating at full force despite the wave of headlines surrounding him.
Make, you know, like I said, hundreds of thousands and millions on a daily.
Yeah.
And today, of course, yesterday was a good day. I made $1 million yesterday.
You made $1 million yesterday?
Yeah, yes. You know, just doing a dinner.
Yeah. You say it so nonchalantly too. Yeah, I made $1 million yesterday. You know, it ain't no big deal. You know.
You know, we made $1 million yesterday. We made $1 million today. We set up, you know, another just a small deal.
Yeah.
Nothing major. Just, you know, we do dinners worldwide and we make millions just doing dinners.
Yeah. Well, if I ever have you for a dinner, I'm gonna need it to be free, man. I can't pay no $1 million.
We could do 100.
Despite Floyd Mayweather Jr. publicly denying financial trouble, newer reports suggest the Internal Revenue Service has filed a tax lien against him involving roughly $7.3 million in unpaid taxes accumulated over multiple years. Reports shared by The Ring on its official X account also claimed that Floyd's planned exhibition bouts against Mike Zambides and Mike Tyson could face complications after the IRS allegedly warned that his U.S. passport may be revoked because of a seriously delinquent tax debt exceeding $7.25 million. Documents reportedly reviewed by The Ring have fueled fresh speculation and renewed concerns surrounding Mayweather's current financial standing.
Because he's in massive debt. Again, Floyd is going broke. I told you this over multiple videos. I'm following up here to say it again. Floyd is terrible with his money. He owes a lot of people a lot of money. And I'm willing to bet
the highly anticipated exhibition showdown between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., originally scheduled for April 25th, has officially been postponed. Event organizers reportedly pushed the fight to a later date because of ongoing uncertainty and multiple scheduling complications surrounding the event.
the supposed Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson fight, well, that's definitely not happening. At least that's what my prediction's going to be for this. It was supposed to happen 2 days ago in the fucking Congo, and we haven't heard a peep in about a month and a half. There's a big reason why, and it's another example of Floyd Mayweather being an absolute dumbass. It continues happening. I don't understand how, but Floyd has woven himself into a contractual boa constrictor and can't get out of it, and likely the only way out is to actually fight Manny Pacquiao. I know all of this sounds crazy, but I'll explain how Floyd Mayweather has absolutely f***ed himself in big.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s issues with the IRS are reportedly nothing new and have been developing for years. Back in 2017, he drew major attention after requesting a delay on a tax payment connected to 2015, asking for additional time until after his blockbuster fight with Conor McGregor. At the time, Mayweather claimed he did not have enough readily available cash despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars during that era.
If you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows. And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what
you owe them about half of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give them their 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
No.
Throughout boxing history, many legendary fighters have returned to the ring after retirement to deal with major financial pressures, and now similar speculation is beginning to surround Floyd Mayweather Jr. as well. His rumored rematch with Manny Pacquiao is being viewed by some critics as a financially motivated comeback, with continuing IRS issues and mounting legal pressure fueling questions about the real reason behind his potential return to boxing.
Had this problem. Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has reportedly earned more than $1.1 billion across his legendary boxing career, with massive super fights against stars like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao delivering enormous paydays that helped build his staggering fortune. Those blockbuster events solidified his reputation as one of the highest-paid athletes in sports history. Still, not everyone fully believes Floyd's financial claims. Critics have questioned his statements about generating hundreds of millions every month, arguing that those figures may be heavily exaggerated. According to skeptics, while his wealth is unquestionably enormous, some of the numbers he publicly presents do not appear to completely match the financial realities available in public records.
And we're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record, that's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so
it's
well.
All anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
it's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still, to this day, claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history...
Records reportedly show that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has dealt with unresolved tax liens for several years, including a multi-million-dollar tax obligation connected to 2010. In a petition submitted to the U.S. tax court, Mayweather allegedly explained that although he owns substantial assets, much of his fortune is tied up in investments and holdings that are not easily converted into cash, describing the majority of his wealth as illiquid. Because of that situation, he argued that immediately paying the full amount would be challenging despite his enormous overall net worth.
Time out. He is paying, I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds? You know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. There you go. So
Roy Jones Jr. has also shared his thoughts on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career decisions, suggesting that Mayweather frequently prioritized financial rewards over building a lasting legacy inside the sport. Jones even referenced past comments reportedly made by Floyd himself, where Mayweather admitted to choosing money over legacy. Those remarks have since been used by many fans to support the belief that financial success was always one of the biggest driving forces behind Floyd's career decisions.
It ain't about legacy, it's about currency. And he did exactly what he wanted to do. So you can't be mad at him for that, but I'm not gonna tell you that, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, he the greatest fighter. No, I can't.
Roy Jones Jr. has claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. played a major role in reshaping modern boxing by shifting attention toward maximizing earnings rather than focusing solely on legacy. In his view, Mayweather helped establish a new standard where financial success became just as important, if not more important, than traditional measures of greatness in the sport. Jones also suggested that this mindset influenced a new generation of fighters, encouraging them to prioritize paydays, business strategy, and risk management over constantly chasing the most dangerous opponents or legacy-defining fights.
Because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting to the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time, he monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport. Because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. They should have met. You understand me? Because now
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s transformation from pretty boy to Money Mayweather was a calculated reinvention that helped elevate him into boxing's biggest global draw. He fully embraced a louder, more flamboyant persona, built on luxury displays, sharp trash talk, and a polarizing villain-like image that kept him constantly in the spotlight. Over time, this approach made him one of the most divisive figures in sports, with fans either strongly backing him or tuning in simply to see him finally lose. That strategy proved extremely effective. By blurring the line between hero and antagonist, Mayweather generated massive hype around every fight, turning his bouts into global entertainment spectacles rather than just sporting contests. Oscar de la Hoya has also reflected on that era, noting how their blockbuster clash with Floyd became a major financial milestone in boxing history. The fight reportedly produced around $400 million in pay-per-view revenue in a single night, cementing it as one of the most profitable events ever in the sport and setting a new commercial benchmark on a global scale.
Million buys on pay-per-view.
Right. It's
how much money did that generate?
At the time, yeah, it was a record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to, all in, like close to 400 million. Yeah, in one night.
If you didn't promote that fight with Mayweather, would you have pulled out?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Because there was too much, put the money aside. For me, it's about pride. For me, it was about, man, I want to.
50 Cent has previously echoed sentiments similar to those of Oscar de la Hoya, suggesting that Floyd Mayweather Jr. could eventually return to the ring even without an official announcement. In his view, such a comeback would likely be driven less by competitive ambition and more by financial motivation, a claim that has gained renewed attention amid ongoing discussions about tax issues and legal complications surrounding Mayweather. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's pattern of participating in exhibition bouts and high-profile showcase events reinforces the perception that he continues to capitalize on his global brand to secure major paydays. Critics share a similar interpretation, arguing that these repeated appearances seem less about legacy building and more about maintaining a steady income stream. With continued speculation about financial pressure and uncertainty around future fights, 50 Cent believes money would likely remain the central factor behind any potential return, even as Mayweather publicly maintains that he remains financially secure and independent.
So, like, we got issues over here. He's still the best out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub.
Alongside reported IRS-related debt concerns, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also faced increased scrutiny due to a reported $340 million lawsuit filed against Showtime Networks and several former executives. In the complaint, he alleges that significant portions of his fight earnings were mismanaged or improperly redirected through financial arrangements handled by former advisors and associated business partners. Mayweather's position is that this alleged handling of funds left him deprived of hundreds of millions of dollars he believes he earned during his boxing career. The lawsuit further claims that revenue from some of his biggest pay-per-view events, including blockbuster fights against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, may have been routed through intermediary-controlled accounts rather than being fully and directly paid out to him. His legal team describes the matter as a serious breach of fiduciary duty and potential financial misconduct, adding to broader debates about transparency in boxing finance and how elite-level fight earnings are managed behind the scenes.
Head of Showtime Sports for hundreds of millions of dollars that he claims are unaccounted for. Let's go ahead and break it down and give you all the details about what's going on. What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas here for Fight Up TV. And you know Floyd Mayweather as probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now, Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the lawsuits. On February 3rd, 2026, Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, it's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing.
What's your take on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s financial claims and the ongoing legal controversies? Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned for what happens next in the story.